So you're in the market for a new battle belt, you're not sure what direction to go in. If you have maybe been looking at the Agilite Magnetix Battle Belt, then stick around on this video because that's what I'm going to be talking about. So it wasn't too long ago, I was in the market for a new battle belt. I had lost a little bit of weight, and my current belt, which was the Bison belt from Ferro Concepts, no longer fit me. So I needed to start looking for a different option to be able to size down. So what I kind of finally settled on was the Agilite Magnetix. And I have to say, like, when I first saw the belt, I didn't like the whole concept of having this separate Tegris, which had to be fed into a pocket on the inside here. I thought it was going to be just a lot of extra work, kind of gimmicky. But after kind of searching for something that was a load-bearing belt, I had trouble finding something that I actually liked. So the closest thing I was able to get to something that I wanted was the Agilite Magnetix. So I went ahead, I gave it a shot, and I put all my reservations aside, and I figured I would try it out. And I did. And I was pleasantly surprised. So it turns out that I actually really like this belt. If you haven't watched other videos, the way that this belt works is the two magnets on the inside of the outer belt align with two magnets on the outside of the inner belt in the back. And it just kind of snaps into place. This way you know that your belt is lined up properly every time, the way that you like it, the way that you need it to run, to have your holster in the correct position, to have your mags in the correct position, and to have repeatability. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I chose this belt. The second biggest reason is this is a load-bearing belt. A lot of the other belts on the market are not load-bearing. So the Ferro Concepts Bison belt, they have a new version out that has the ability to accept a harness and a different inner belt, but I didn't want to mess around with having to feed different kinds of belts into the system and having harness attachments and things like that. So at some point in the near future, I'm potentially planning on being on a helicopter and probably going to want to be strapping myself in, which is why I opted for a load-bearing belt. Now, let's take a look at the inner belt. So the inner belt I'm wearing, I'm going to set this aside for just a second. And let me take this off just so you guys can see what's going on here. So you have a Tegris portion here, and that Tegris portion has a little sleeve that's on the inside of this inner belt. And if you wanted to, you could actually run this inner belt as a concealed carry belt. Now, the way that this works is you have this Velcro hook portion, which will feed through the eyelet here. And you can use this to cinch down and get it to the right tightness that you like it. There is a little bit of play in here. There's an elastic portion in here that allows this to flex in and out. So that's really good, especially for me, because I like to eat, and depending on when I go to the range and when I come home, I might have eaten several pounds of food, and to have the ability to have a little bit of stretch in here is good. And it's also nice to have a little bit of stretch if I'm going to be concealed carrying, so I have a little bit of extra movement room when I'm sitting down so that the belt can flex with my body. All right, so in the back of the belt here, you can see that there are two magnets, one here and one over here. So I keep them on either side of this belt loop so that I know that I am completely centered. Now, the way that this works is you just kind of put the outer belt near the magnets and they'll pop into place. So I'll show you how that works. All right, boom, so it popped into place. Now all I need to do from here is just wrap this around so that the hook meets up with the loop. I'm going to take my Tegris here and I'm going to put it into the sleeve that's on the inside of the outer belt here. And I'm just going to buckle in. And that's it. It's pretty simple. I thought it was going to be gimmicky. I thought it was going to take a little bit of a learning curve to get this thing down, but it really pleasantly surprised me. It's super easy to do. And I actually love the belt. I wore it all day on the range for the first time this past weekend. I've had the belt for probably a month. I just haven't been able to get out to test it. And it didn't move at all. It was super comfortable. I didn't have any rubbing. Nothing was digging into my sides. And it was super rigid. Honestly, I actually like this more than I liked my Bison belt. So if that's saying anything. And I've been running that Bison belt for years, probably 3-4 years now. And sadly had to let it go. But now I settled on this. Now, this belt I bought with my own money. I'm not paid to be doing this review. I actually bought a second one in a green colorway because green is my main kit color. The multicam is my secondary kit color. I did go with the multicam initially in case I didn't like it. This way I wasn't stuck with the green one for my main kit, or I wouldn't have to sell it. Even if I didn't like this, I was planning on keeping it with my multicam kit for my secondary kit, because I don't run it as much as I do my green. So, but regardless, I did order a green one, so now I have a second one on the way. And if that says anything, it says that I like the belt and I spent my own money on it. So you do have the D-ring on the front here, and this belt is load bearing, so that's another plus. And the comfort and the rigidity, I mean, A plus in my book. If you guys are looking for a belt, if you thought that maybe this was going to be gimmicky or you didn't think you were going to like it, I suggest that you give it a try. I don't get anything from it. I'm not an affiliate with them. I did recently just sign up for their T&E program, but they don't send anything for free. It's really just us giving our feedback to what we think would make a good product. But yeah, definitely, if you are in the market, consider this, check it out. And if you guys want any other information on the belt, just leave it down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And I'll see you in the next video.